How to use Google Jamboard. Google Jamboard is one of the Google Suite applications that is a digital pinup board. And you've got lots of tools here that you can use, and these are great because they can be live if you want to use them in class. And you can allow your students to draw on it or only you draw on it. There are sticky notes and images, all of these things that make for a very engaging class time. You also have multiple frames, so you can have different frames for different chapters or different frames for different students if they're building on their portfolio or just giving feedback, etc. Okay, so let's start and see what we can do with our Google Jamboard. First, we have our pen tool. And we can choose some of the colors or the types of pen. So I've got a normal pen. And if I just put this in blue, you can draw. I'm not very good at drawing with a mouse. It takes some practice. If you have a stylus, that would work better. You can also use this on your tablet. Just download the Google Jamboard app. We've got marker. So that's supposed to look more like a Koki pen. And we've got a highlighter. Very creative. Okay, and then we've got a brush. So unfortunately, it's a little bit limited in the, in my opinion, in the color range. You only have these couple of colors, but you can do quite a lot with that. Most of us will use the black pen anyways when we do instructions. So if you want to do some math or anything like that. All right, we've got the eraser. The eraser erases, so nothing strange there. You can erase anything that you've drawn. Little cursor selects items. We don't have any items now. I'll come back to that. Sticky notes is probably one of the ones I use most. So you have sticky notes and you can color code them. So if we have a pink sticky note, put in some text there, save it, and then your sticky note will appear on your board, and you can move it around, you can make it larger, you can twist it a little bit if you want to. And you see the little 3 dots to starties, which means you can edit it, you can duplicate it, or you can delete it. And you can have as many of these as you want on your Jamboard. And they are quite nice for, organizing your thoughts or your students' thoughts, or just putting up some little notifications. Next one, we have images. So you can upload or you can take images from the camera on your computer, from your Google Drive, or from your computer, which is what I'm going to do now. Just upload your photo. And again, you can rescale it, move it around, rotate, whatever you need to do. And then we can add some text. So I'm going to put some text here. And any of these items you can select and play around with. You can delete it, edit it, order it to bring it to front. So if I have this text and it's in the front, I can order that to go back, and then you can't see it, but it is still there. So kind of the same you would have in PowerPoint. I've also got a shape drawer, so if you want to draw some shapes, there's a triangle. I've got all kinds of shapes that you can draw. I like the arrows. There we go. And then you've got a live pen, and what this does is if you are directing students' attention to something but you don't want to leave a permanent mark, you can just use this pen just to get their attention to something and it disappears. So that's also quite nice. So these are all the kind of tools that you can have on your Jamboard. You can put in a background, so if you have images on your PC, you can add them here, or if you just want to have some of these already preset backgrounds, you can choose that. So this is the chalkboard. We've got a paper kind of texture, and you can go and play around with some of these. All right, so that is one frame. Now, the great thing about Jamboard is we can do multiple frames. You can do as many as you want. So I can add a frame by just clicking on this little button here, and I can start a completely new. And this all stays within a single Jamboard. So you can have as many as 20 or 40 frames. You can have one for each student, and they can go and do their own, kind of things here. So we can just keep going the same way. And this is frame 2. And that's how that works. Now, to share your Jamboard, you just go to share. This one is set private to only me. This means that only me can work on this one, and we can change some of those settings. So I can add people by their email address. These email addresses must be connected to their Gmail or their Google accounts. We can change it so that editors can change. Viewers and commenters can see the option print, download, and copy. We can change and check those off if you want. We can get the link, and then we can say that anyone with the link, and at the moment it's only view. We want to change that to restricted, and you can say, but we want to say editor. Anyone with a link is an editor, meaning that they can also collaborate on your Jamboard. And this is probably going to be the setting that you use most. Right, so then we copy the link, and that link will copy to your clipboard, and that's what you send out to your students. And if they follow that link, they can come into your Jamboard. I'm just going to put in the link here. And because we set it up that anyone with the link is an editor, it means anyone that has this link can also create new frames, add content, and do anything that you can do on the Jamboard, except they can't share it. And that's Jamboard in a nutshell.